The red light above the stage glowed like a warning and a promise at the same time. Inside BLKBX, the underground club where Gaustad's music bled into the bones, everything felt more intense sound, breath, desire. Episode 3 opened on that crimson hue, painting every face in longing shadows, especially Ren and Mara, two women circling each other like fire and oxygen. Rin stood near the bar, fingers wrapped tightly around a sweating glass. She was all sharp edges tonight, leather jacket, dark eyeliner, eyes that refused to look away from the stage. Mara, by contrast, moved like a slow flame through the crowd. She wore red, not loud but deliberate, a quiet declaration that she was done hiding. Every beat from the speakers tugged at them both, but it was the space between them that felt loudest. They hadn't planned to meet. That was the lie they told themselves. The truth was that BLKBX had always been their unfinished sentence. It was where they first locked eyes months ago, where a song had wrapped around their wrists and pulled them together, and where fear had finally pushed them apart. Episode 3 was the night the distance began to burn. Gaustad's voice rose raw, aching, and unapologetic. The song, Red, spilled through the room, a confession disguised as rhythm. As the bass thudded, Ren felt Mara's presence before she saw her. When their eyes met, time thinned. The crowd dissolved into silhouettes, leaving only two women and a history neither had been brave enough to finish. Mara crossed the floor first. Each step felt like a challenge to everything they had avoided saying. She stopped too close to pretend it was accidental. Rin could smell her perfume, something warm and dangerous. Their hands brushed, a spark snapping between skin and skin. Neither pulled away. "I didn't think you'd come," Rin said, her voice nearly swallowed by the music. "I didn't think I could stay away," Mara replied. The words settled between them, heavy and honest. Red light washed over their faces, turning confession into courage. Rin's heart pounded so hard she wondered if Mara could hear it. When Mara lifted her hand, hesitating just a second before touching Rin's cheek, the world tipped. Their first kiss was slow, uncertain, like testing the heat of a flame. Lips met, parted, then met again with more intent. The noise of BLKBX faded into a dull echo as the kiss deepened soft at first, then urgent, years of restraint melting into the present moment. Rin's fingers curled into Mara's jacket, grounding herself in the reality of it. This wasn't a dream. This was happening. The kiss tasted like music and courage. It was a promise neither dared speak aloud yet. When they finally pulled back, foreheads resting together, both were breathless, eyes shining under the red glow. "I was scared," Rin admitted. "Of wanting you this much," Mara smiled, tender and fierce all at once. "I still am. But I don't want fear deciding for us anymore." Around them, the club pulsed on, unaware that something fragile and powerful had just been reborn. Episode 3 didn't give them easy answers. It gave them truth. Love wasn't neat. It was red, messy, intense, impossible to ignore. As Gaustad's final note echoed through BLKBX, Rin and Mara walked out together, fingers laced, the night air cool against flesh skin. The red light stayed behind, but its fire traveled with them. Whatever waited next out, joy, heartbreak, they would face it honestly. Episode 3 ended not with certainty, but with choice. And sometimes, choosing each other was the bravest act of all.